Welcome back to MMA Unhinged, and joining us today is Matt Prevost. Matt will be fighting at BTC 28 in Sarnia, Ontario. So Matt, welcome, and thank you for taking the time, man.
Thanks for inviting me up for the interview.
No, thank you. So let's just start off. How are you how are you feeling with everything coming up and just the fight itself?
I'm feeling confident. I got great coaches, great training partners. I'm feeling confident for this fight.
And that being said, obviously this is going to be your first fight. Obviously, you come from a great gym over at the butcher shop. Is there any strategies that you've been able to combat maybe the nerves that every fighter can face in their first bout?
I feel like the experience from my coaches are really prepping me, getting me ready for this, bringing in the right people, getting me ready, simulating warm-ups, getting through, going through the motions of it.
And fight camp, I mean, how's that going? You talked about the people that are going to help you out. How's that been, and how's that process been looking like for your first camp?
It's been good. Of course, a lot's going to be hybridizing, mixing in our strikes and takedowns, kind of forming everything together, not being one-dimensional.
And, looking at this fight camp, you come from a gym that primarily is kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, but again, we're talking about MMA. This is the whole game. What can we kind of expect from you? What kind of style do you bring in that fans are going to expect from you moving forward?
Well, I got my reach. I'm lanky. I think a pretty good height for the weight class, but my background has mostly been in the grappling arts, and I feel like that's going to really elevate me, make me a threat.
And that being said, so before we go any further into your fight, what prompted you, or what got you into MMA in the first place? Was there something that inspired you, or someone who inspired you?
Something that really inspired me was seeing Masvidal knock out Ben Askren, and I'm like, huh, that looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hooked.
And for you, were you always athletic? Was sports something you were always into?
Yeah, always been in sports, soccer, hockey, football. Parents made me do everything.
So obviously that knockout was maybe, if my memory corrects me, at least 4 or 5 years ago now. So have you been training ever since, or has it just been the last couple of years?
I really picked up after COVID. I started training more, but when I was younger, judo, wrestling, and then COVID stopped that, and then I came back into jiu-jitsu and kickboxing.
So it seems like you already had a little bit of a, I guess I would say you've already had a little bit of introductory into the combat sports.
I would say so.
So you had all those skills. Has it been easier to make your debut with your amateur debut? You already have an idea. You didn't just start training right away. This has been something you've already had the skills. You just been building upon those skills.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. And so describe just the atmosphere at the butcher shop. I mean, for people that may not know, I mean, it's a big gym in Sarnia, Ontario. If you're going to be training, you're probably going to be training there. So describe the atmosphere, the people, the coaches, everyone that you train with.
So the atmosphere is definitely, we're a team, we're working together. No one's trying to hurt each other before they have a fight. No one's trying to hurt each other in training. But we're going to push each other, make each other better. Coaches have vast different experience. If they're a striker, if they're a grappler, we have jiu-jitsu guys, wrestlers, kickboxers, boxers. We got everyone coming in trying to make you the best athlete we can. What was the last part you said, sorry?
Yeah, and just the people that help you train, who is helping you with this fight camp specifically?
So I got Bobby Joe, Shane Waltz, John Frazier, everyone else in the coaching staff's coming up, helping me out, bringing guys in.
Yeah, of course. And for this upcoming fight, there was no nickname under your title there. So talk about, have you thought about any nicknames going forward? Has anybody around the gym ever given you any nicknames?
Well, any nickname I've gotten has been an insult, so I don't feel like going with those, but I feel like you gotta earn a nickname, you don't pick it.
Of course. And that being said, have you ever had a nickname coming up growing up, or something that maybe you've thought about putting towards in your fighting career?
I have not, no.
Not yet. Obviously, the fight is going to be next Saturday. We're pretty much a week out. Looking at this matchup, obviously with your opponent, like what Adam showed, there's not much, obviously, going to be much footage on him prior that he's making his debut as well. So there's not much to give off. But that being said, looking at what you're going to do on Saturday night, what are fans expecting from you?
Try to put on a show, keep it exciting. I don't want to be one-dimensional and make it just a jiu-jitsu match, and I don't want to make it just a kickboxing match.
And if you had any prediction, I don't know if you would do a prediction for yourself, but what do you predict out of this fight?
I'm freaking myself to win. I don't really care how. I just want to win.
Mm-hmm. And what would it mean for you to just get not just your first win, but to win not just at the show, but just in Starting Ontario, basically in your hometown?
It means a lot to me. Hopefully it brings out more of the community to get involved in the sport, and I can have more training partners.
And do you have any family coming out to watch you fight?
Yeah, I've got all my immediate family and some cousins coming down to watch me.
Awesome. And that being said, obviously after the fight, I know some fighters, they're always looking forward to getting that cheat meal. Is there something that you're looking forward to after this fight?
Ice cream and beer.
Ice cream and beer.
Ice cream and beer.
What kind of beer and what ice cream? Ben
& Jerry's and whatever's cold.
Awesome. I'm sure you're going to find lots of that. So ideally, this is your first fight. We're talking about May 3rd. So looking towards the end of the year, how many fights would you ideally like?
Of course, it's going to depend. Injuries, results in my camp, but my coaches want me to fight, I'll fight.
With shout-outs, the floor is yours. Any shout-outs you want to do to any potential sponsors or your gym or other gyms that you've trained at?
So I'm going to shout out Butcher Shop and shout out to anyone who wants to sponsor me. Shoot me a message. I like money.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you for your time, and just good luck with your upcoming fight.
Thanks for having me out.
All right, thank you.